transition to hockey. We're joined by head coach Brad Berry following their Penrose Cup clinching sweep over Omaha and a singular game down in Baxter against the Mavs on Friday night. So, coach, we'll just start with a look ahead to this weekend and a brief touch on.
Yeah, extremely excited and proud of our guys on capturing another Penrose trophy here. Those are always tough to do in the NCHC, but now looking forward on to try to create some more special memories here and try to finish off the regular season strong and try to get into the playoffs here and try to replicate some past history.
Brad, how do you approach this weekend now that you guys have wrapped up the league regular season title? How do you keep your guys motivated for starters?
Well, I think that's a great question. You know, I think it's one of those things where you keep talking about it. It's a mental approach to the game of keeping your foot on the gas and trying to keep momentum with a group that's done a pretty good job all year of doing that in a tough environment or a tough year to keep your concentration. So, you know, that goes to the leadership, that goes to our group here, and that goes to, you know, us trying to do those things on a daily basis, whether it's on the ice or through meetings or just kind of keeping guys accountable and on the same page. So, you know, you just don't want to go through a day, you know, hoping or thinking that, you know, it's going to go in the right direction. I think it's one of those things that you keep communicating, and part of that's through the verbal and the mental side of it.
I know you guys didn't, Mismatch didn't play last weekend, and Jordan sat out the third period. Do you consider leaving those guys back since it's only one game this weekend and getting closer to 100%, or how do you handle those two?
Yeah, you know what? I think, you know, if you'd ask those guys, they want to play, and as a coach, I want them to play, and I think it's a situation we'll keep going through a week here to see if that's going to happen or not. You know, at the end of the day here, you know, they'd be available at this time of year in the playoffs, and I think it's one of those things we'll look at our group here on what's best for our group and what's best for the individual here. So again, I just want to, I guess, premise everything here by saying that we're here to win games, and we'll do, you know, what we want to do as a group here to try to get the team on the ice to perform at a high level, but yet still in mind be conscious of you know, a deep playoff run that we potentially have here.
What makes Shane Pinto such a good goal scorer?
His daily habits, and it being an everydayer, and you're probably sick of me saying everydayer and all that stuff, you know. But again, when you have truly, you know, very good players in your lineup that invest in their time at the rink and away from the rink on a daily basis, it doesn't help but get better, and that's what he's done. And you know, when you have players that try to hone in on specific details that can help them to score on a daily basis, that's what you get. It's when you don't do that or follow through and you're, you know, loosen your day to day, you know, then it becomes chance that you score or don't score. He wants to make sure that it's a situation where when he's on the ice, he takes advantage of every opportunity. And I know early in the third period, before he did score the power play goal, he had two glorious opportunities. And I'll tell you what, when he comes back to the bench, there's no guy harder on himself than him, knowing that he had those two glorious chances to score. So that's what you love about, you know, him and the rest of our group that love to, you know, finish plays and create offenses. Is they're hard on themselves, and that's what makes you better.
Going back to Omaha this weekend, last Saturday's game, things got a little chippy at the end. Are you worried about that carrying over into these last two games before the playoffs?
No, not worried about it. You know, I think obviously two very passionate teams that play with a lot of pride, and you know, and again, there's a lot on the line these games as far as standings and, you know, situations of the national tournament come about here, and I think it's one of those things where I think each team knows that, you know, you want to keep playing good hockey to try to keep your seasons alive and playing in the national tournament here. So, you know, both teams have things to play for here, and I think it's one of those things where I believe that out of respect out of both teams, you know, they know that there's two more games to be played, and that they should be played the right way.
Coach, we've been playing these two games in a row for this second half of the season. Might play one and then one. So how does that change your approach going in?
Yeah, that's a great question, Nick. You know, I think it's one of those things where, you know, you just concentrate. A lot of times you go into a weekend and you try to, you know, prepare for two games in a lot of different ways, and now it's just one. And I think it's one of those things now where, you know, you're going down and, you know, we're on the road again now, and you're going into an environment where you want to, you know, try to make sure that you start fast and knowing that, you know, you want to go down and you want to win that game, but, you know, you're not playing a second game. If you lose the first game, you're coming back home again and you don't have a chance until a week later to play a game. So, you know, you want to go down there and you want to make sure you get off to a fast start and have a great chance to have a good first period and try to close out a 60-minute game. But again, it's tough. It's the NCHC. You know, you're going on the road, and it's one of those things where our guys have to be ready right away and knowing it's only a one-game shot, and then you got to wait a week here.